Welcome to another thrilling episode of the Inalienable Right Guys. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by...
Hold on, sir. Sir, you're going to have to leave. You're a Republican, right? Yeah, you're going to have to leave. I think we got a water main break over here. I think you're going to have to go.
But I'm a poll watcher. By law, I'm supposed to be here.
No. You can leave now. We're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Hey, Charlie. Bring in the rest of those ballots. I'm sorry, sir. You can't. There's nothing to see here.
What are you doing?
Come on. Bring in those rest of those boxes. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Oh, and bring in that black table too. You know, the one out there in the van? Yeah, bring in that table. We're good. Come on.
Where the water at? I don't see no leak in the...
Oh, yeah, there's a water leak, sir. You're going to have to leave. I'm sorry. Oh, we can't have that one.
What is this? The Creator?
Hey, Charlie, hold on. We'll just fix it this way. Here, I got a USB. We'll just stick it in the machine here.
Oh.
And, oh, yeah, this looks great. Perfect. All right. This is awesome. All right. Let's run the rest of these through here, Charlie. Come on. Let's get them all in here. All right. Come on. Let's see. All right. We got it all in here. This is good.
The Creator.
All right. Let's get the tally. Let's get the tally out here.
Okay.
Oh, we'll tally out here. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Machine said. Let's see. Yeah.
These are rule changes in the middle of the game?
Oh no, sir. We're this is all above board, sir. Okay, bring in the rest of those boxes, Charlie. Go ahead and fix that machine. Perfect. This is perfect.
Anybody see this?
Yep, there we go.
Oh.
All right, we'll certify this one. Yes. Certify this one. Yes. The thing. You know the thing. Yes. Got 100,984 votes, and the Creator only got 50,000. So the thing wins. Woohoo! You know the thing.
Verified without certified. That is sort of the way things have been going.
Yes.
Amongst the vote tallying, the voter harvesting, and all the trickery. So I guess it'll be only after we dive this Chicanery 2. Return of the Chicanery. Yeah. Chicanery, as again, is defined as trickery used to obtain a political or financial outcome. And we, when we spoke on this in times past, we knew we would be coming back to this, but it seemed like the evidence is mounting now. And Mr. Mark is showing you some of the trickery in the chicanery, and y'all know what he called it. So
it's straight up bullshiggity, and it's just getting deeper and deeper that pile. Oh, so man, since we talked about this the first time,
yes, sir.
I don't see how anybody can sit out there and say that there was no fraud. I mean, it's undeniable at this point.
Yes, sir.
I mean, even some of these news channels that were caught saying there was nothing are starting to, well, you know, they don't want to say there's massive fraud out there, but well, there's a little bit, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it went from no fraud, nothing to see here, to there's some semblance of it, but now, you know.
But not enough to change the election.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, right. The narrative is still the same. You know, again, I was telling Mark earlier that me is anyone that's seeking truth. It's one thing to be, say, well, y'all lost, get over it, gamesmanship, and all the likes. And I can take that, because that's human nature. But anybody that's seeking the truth and won't sit down and discuss it, well, something is amiss there, and something is wrong in it. And that's why I call it chicanery, because it's David Copperfield and Houdini will blush for some of the things that have been coming forward today, and as of today. It is a mess. It is a mess. Biggest fraud in my lifetime.
Well, and the thing, I've seen a couple of different things here recently. They're talking about, you know, just the statistical and mathematical impossibility that Biden won. First of all, you know, he underperformed Hillary from her 2016 in every place. except for these Democrat-run swing state major cities.
Detroit, Atlanta.
He only won 1/6 of the counties in America. That's like 17% of all the counties in America. He won 1/6.
And I
17%.
also heard, there's like 19 what they call bellwether counties.
Yeah, I heard that today.
And I heard that Trump won 18 of the 19.
Yeah.
And another thing is he got over 11 million more votes for incumbent, and more than he got in 2016. And in the history of the country, that never happened where incumbent loses with more votes than he did.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many of these things that have come out that are statistically that, I mean, it was some kind of Biden miracle. We need to figure out a skit for that, the Biden miracle, because there's no way.
No way.
There's like certain states, like it's like guaranteed. If you win like these 3 states or 4 states or whatever, Florida, Ohio.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the others are.
Like
Iowa or something. It's some of the Rust Belt states, whatever what they call Rust Belt states. It's some of those. But anyway, yeah, if you win those, you're guaranteed to win the presidency. And Trump won those.
That's right.
And still lost.
And you couple that with the fact that Joe Biden was the weakest candidate I ever seen run for office. I mean, he spent most of his time in his basement, and his campaigning was just weak. But as Trump said, that they told him to stay in his basement. We got this. The fix was in.
Well, yeah. I mean, why does he need to go out and campaign when they already got it? They already got it fixed.
Yeah.
He didn't need to go campaign. And that's another thing that you start seeing. How many of these people out there, these Democrat players in all these different states, they're all in cahoots. They all were part of they're part of Hillary's team and part of Obama's team and all this stuff, and they're all working together.
And the so-called cabinet that he's putting together are nothing but has-beens, nothing but Democrat operatives, nothing but deep state people that he's calling himself assembling, and they're talking about his variety is like assembling the Avengers.
And what gets you too is they lie about it. Like he has one that he picked the other day, and I don't remember who or for what deal, but he's going to be the first openly gay cabinet member, blah blah blah. No, wait a minute. Trump already did that.
Yes, exactly.
It reminds me. Did you ever see the South Park episode? There's a South Park episode where every time they come up, I think it's been so long since I saw it, but I think Cartman or one of them. Every time they come up with some scenario, or whatever, one of the guys says Simpsons did it. And then they'll show where the Simpsons, did the same thing that they were talking about doing. Well, same thing with this. It's like every time they come up with, Biden's going to do this. He's going to have the first cabinet this and the first cabinet this. And it's like, yeah, but Trump already did that.
And then just as
they just dismiss all of that. It's like it doesn't even exist. Like they never even heard of it.
And just as you and I was talking about in one of our videos about his slogan, Build Back Better, he done slipped it and said now he's going to make America great again. He just boldly just repeating. And what was it? They coming up with all these different plans for this COVID and what they was gonna do, and they come to find out that word for verbatim, Trump has already done these, and now the vaccine. So we want to get ahead of this. This is the Trump vaccine because they are already trying to label it the Biden vaccine or it's the Biden recovery.
Yeah.
I mean, the fraud, how deep did the fraud go? The deception, the useful idiots out there that refuse to question the people that they put in charge.
Yeah.
That's a great steal. I mean, they are literally trying to steal America. And
what's bad, too, is you got these, never-Trumper, spineless Republicans that they don't want to fight either. The guy that's the Republican governor of Georgia.
Yes.
I saw a deal today where he's talking about trying to get China to do business in Georgia.
Already?
Yeah. It shows a picture of him. There's a picture of him on the net where he's got American flags and Chinese communist flags behind him, and he's doing a deal trying to get the Chinese government to do business in Georgia.
That is
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yes.
Yeah. And there was actually a website. It was Georgia Jobs or Georgia Occupations or Georgia Employment, or I don't remember now what exactly. They had screenshots of it over in China, and it was all about jobs in Georgia, or building businesses. Maybe it was Georgia Business. It was like Georgia Business China, and the Chinese took it down. But they got screenshots of it showing that they actually had a website over there for jobs in Georgia.
I'm dumbfounded because I know it's coming, but I mean, to be so obvious and so blatant. And back to this chicanery and this trickery that's going on in this election. This one lady, I think it was in Georgia, her and her daughter, the one that we was doing the skit on, that she were finna make her little rounds on talk shows, and all of a sudden she pulled up and said,
"I lowered up." Yeah, she said, "I
this is bigger than I thought." Of course, it's bigger than you thought.
Yeah. What did you think you were doing?
Yeah. There's caught red-handed. Yeah. Like Trump said, we caught y'all. You got caught.
Video of her in a cubicle with all these ballots, going through all these ballots. Mm-hmm. Nobody, no poll watchers, nobody around her. She's going through these. Showed boxes of them.
Right.
How did you think you were going to get away with that?
And
they all together. They're all in cahoots.
Yes.
Like I said,
They saw them placing the stuff in there early that morning before the polls even opened, before they got ready to start voting. They saw them placing these big containers or these deals that's holding these ballots in. They saw them placing them in. So that's on camera at like 8 something in the morning. And then I saw an incident where she was talking about she working 7 days a week, and she be home and she gonna be there from 7 to 7. Okay. Mm-hmm. She was at 1 o'clock. She was still stuffing ballots. Now she's supposed to be gone at 7, but when the supposedly water main broke, they ran all the poll watchers off, Republicans especially, and a handful stayed behind.
Right. Yeah. So here's one of the articles on one of these guys, Ralph Jones Sr., outed by Gabriel Sterling. His son, Ralph Jones Jr., is the official spokesman for Democrat U.S. Senate candidate Warnock. That's the one that's running for Senate in one of the ones running for Senate in Georgia. That's the one that the lady that's running the senator that she's running against, and he's just as crooked as all get out. Anyway, and he's linked Stacey Abrams.
Yeah,
they're all, like I said, they're all in this thing.
They said Stacey Abrams running everything.
So Ralph Jones Sr. was supervisor running late night ballot counts. He's one of the ones that's seen on there on that video at night running the ballots in.
Sometimes 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, after sending the Republicans home. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So this same guy that this Gabriel Sterling is talking about, Ralph Jones Sr., was involved in a scandal with the Atlanta mayor and also supervising the team that stuck around that night at the Atlanta State Farm Arena on election night and began counting ballots from under the table, the ones they brought out from under the table.
That's in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's in Atlanta. Let's see. But his son, his son, Ralph Jones Jr., is a spokesman for Democratic U.S. Senate candidate Raphael Warnock's campaign.
Yeah, the hatred, man, to want to leave a legacy of this large, these gentlemen, men you just spoke of, to leave a legacy of fraud and crookedness and a hatred for America, that they will disenfranchise that many people in order to run an agenda. I mean, they're not out the woods, man. Something have to be.
Oh yeah,
something have to be.
Hope that's what happens is that they go after these people for fraud.
They have to.
They need to.
They have to. And again, when we point these things out as inalienable right guys, we are pointing these things out not as sore losers, because there's no way from what we know and the understanding we have, I'm at peace with this. If you want to search out the truth, then let's talk. If you want, you want what the facts Mark just pointed to us, things that a lot of people don't know because of the mainstream media or you know, the propaganda arm of the, you know, media, that Democratic arm. There's a lot of things that I'm convinced that a lot of people, they ain't heard for the first time or don't know. And so I could grant you that. But it's a mass cheating going on. It's a mass chicanery going on. It's a mass fraud, and it's being exposed with each day. Each day, you know. I was telling them yesterday. I feel a little more confident than I did after the first day of the election. After things starting to unfold, you know, if nothing else, the consolation is that we will be at peace. That we know that we've been defrauded.
Yeah, and I think more and more, you know, stuff is coming out, and it's leaking slowly out. People are starting to see it, but you know, that's the part like this here, you know. And I realize, you know, they want to probably say it's all alleged, you know, but it's the different deep state actors that are all in this together, working together to pull this stuff. And then you got the voting machines, Dominion and whatever, Smart Tech or whatever, I can't remember what the other one is, but anyway, you know, they've you know, done tests. Was that in Nevada or was that in Georgia, where they run the same number of ballots, you know, for each candidate, for Trump and Biden, and when they got through, it was 87%. You know, it's the same exact number. So it should have came out 50-50.
Yeah.
But it came out, you know, like 87% of the ones that went in for Trump. 87% of them went for Trump. The other 13% went to Biden, giving him 113% of the vote.
And what they call it,
26%.
They call it glitches or something.
I don't know what they call it, but
exactly.
You know,
it's rigged.
But it's been tested. Yeah, but it's been rigged. You know.
And like I say, as time unwinds and as the days go by, I'm convinced that it's some states that they thought he would win. I think he carried Nevada too. He actually carried.
Oh, I'm sure. And most. I mean,
wouldn't be surprised in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But the fix was in.
Well, and you know, somebody was saying something the other day that Milwaukee, whatever county it's in, I don't remember now. Anyway, is not that far from Cook County in Illinois, where Chicago is. And I think they were saying that Trump actually made gains in that county. You know, he didn't win, but he made gains in that county.
Right.
And these counties are like right next to each other. You know, one in Illinois and one in Wisconsin, and makeup is about the same. So to have this other one over here just blow out, you know, for Biden, you know, when the one right, you know, across from it is, you know, like I said, he may not have won, but it wasn't a blowout.
Exactly.
You know, it was like 3% or something, or 3-4% or something. It's, you know, it wasn't a blowout. It was like to see this one blow out like that. When, you know, same basic demographics, same basic area of the country, and to have one of them just blow up and the other one doesn't. They said it's another one of those anomalies, you know, statistical anomalies, mathematical anomalies. It's like the probability of that happening is just crazy.
Yeah, that's chicanery.
It is.
Chicanery. And you know, because we are being able to identify things so clearly now, they don't even know how to cheat good. You know, they only got one way, and you know, just like being caught on cameras. I mean, did anybody tell them that, you know, that y'all do have cameras in the building and that y'all need to turn them off or nothing? I mean, the Democrats, they cheaters, but like they're blatant with it. Yeah, either they bold or they don't care about American people or what we think, or they just stupid, you know.
Well, and the thing that came out today, of course, with the Texas, you know, filing a lawsuit against, was it Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and let's say it was in Nevada as well, or one of the other ones up there, Pennsylvania, Michigan, whatever.
Michigan, Georgia, Wisconsin.
Oh, Pennsylvania too. Yeah.
There's 4.
Because and the basis of the lawsuit is not, you know, the election fraud itself, more or less. It's the idea that all these places, all these governors, they changed the rules. It didn't go through the state legislature. They just changed the rules.
Yeah.
Without so each one of those is unconstitutional under each one of those state constitutions. Those rule changes weren't done by the legislature, so they're unconstitutional.
That's exactly right, and that's how they affect other states. That's
exactly what and that's part of what the lawsuit is about, is because by doing that, they've disenfranchised voters in the other states.
That's exactly right, and that's why they don't have to go through all these little circuit courts and all these liberal planet judges all over the country in order to shoot it down. They go straight to the Supreme Court.
Well, see, and that's the other thing that there's ones out there, the news out there, oh well, they lost in this court, or they got dismissed out of this court, or they got dismissed out of that. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because that's what that mean. They're going to appeal that to the next one until it goes all the way to the Supreme Court. So let them lose these smaller ones.
And I read as recent as 30 minutes ago, or an hour ago, that the Supreme Court is taking up this. It's going to take this.
I know they're the Pennsylvania. I believe it is the election thing in Pennsylvania. They've already said they're going to take that up.
I think Alito gave Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
A certain today, as recent as today, to explain some things, and they seem like they was dragging their feet. So it's heating up.
And one other thing before we get off here is that this idea that the everything's going to be tallied and done by the 12th or 14th or whatever it is, December. One of the things I read today, and I need to research this to make sure, but basically it said that the only thing constitutional is noon on January 20th.
Right.
So we got till then. So they can keep fighting. I don't care what everybody says, what these news agencies want to say about electors and all this other stuff. We still got another month. And a month and a half.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And again, as we say, we got a little more information than we had the last time we talked about this chicanery, and we call this chicanery too.
Yep.
Because we are convinced, and like I say, if nothing else, we do nothing else to those who know better and those who understand that, and we want to encourage you that we're not crazy and we're not angry and we're not disturbed as the left will try to paint us as some tinfoil hat theory guys, but in essence, there was a whole lot of shaking going on.
Yeah, and if nothing else, we need to make sure that our elections are fair and equal for everybody, and that's part of some of these lawsuits and stuff, is that by doing some of the stuff, because one of those deals said that some of those rules they changed were only for certain counties. Well, then the rest of the counties don't have the same rules as these other ones.
Right.
That's against the law. That's unconstitutional too.
That's correct.
Because that's against the equality, I can't remember what they call it. Yeah, the equity of the election or whatever, where you're making some people follow rules that others aren't having to follow.
Yeah, exactly. And if nothing else, this will be, in my estimation, Donald Trump's greatest legacy if he can fix this, because this has definitely made a lot of us just wonder if voting would be even necessary. But when our president get to the bottom of this, when it goes to the Supreme Court and things put back in place constitutionally, then that will encourage a lot of us.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we need.
America is still great.
That's exactly what we need. All righty.
All right.
We'll see what happens. Like I said, it may be piling up, but hopefully it gets worked out. We'll put some fertilizer on something somewhere with this bullshit.
And that's from the